Chapter 2, Mishnah 9. The previous Mishnahs in this chapter have discussed when Ma'ila and other laws apply to korbanos that may be eaten or offered only after a certain procedure with a permitter, matir, was done. This Mishnah will discuss the laws of items that are entirely burned on the Mizbeach, either as permitters themselves or having no permitter. The kometz, which is separated from menachos that are eaten, the levona, which is offered with most menachos that are eaten, the ketoris, incense, offered twice daily on the inner mizbeach and burned there in its entirely, menachos of kohanim, which are burned in there entirely, see Vayikra chapter 6, verse 6, the mincha of the anointed kohen, i.e. the kohen gadol, which is also burned in its entirely, and the minchas nesachim, which accompanies an ola or shlamim animal offering, are subject to me'ilah from when they are verbally consecrated. All of these items are placed in a kli sheres. At that point, they receive a higher level of sanctity, which makes them subject to various disqualifications, as the Mishnah explains. When they are further consecrated in a kli sheres, they become capable of being disqualified through contact with a tevel yom or a mechusar kippurim, or through remaining past their time without being burned on the mizbeach. And at that time, one can already become liable to kares for the transgression of eating nosar or tameh by eating these offerings after the time by which they must be burned or while he is tameh. But the prohibition of pigul does not apply to these offerings, because pigul applies only where there is a permitter. Since these 5 offerings do not have permitters, pigul does not apply. See further. The Mishnah ends with a general rule for when the laws of pigul, nosar, and tameh apply. This is the general rule. In the case of any sacrificial item that has permitters, one is not liable to kares for the transgression of pigul, nosar, or tameh by eating these offerings, until its permitters have been offered on the mizbeach. But any sacrificial item that does not have permitters, such as those listed by our Mishnah, either because it itself is the permitter or because it is an offering without a permitter, as soon as it is consecrated in a kli sheres, one can become liable to kares for the transgression of nosar or tameh by eating it after the time by which it must be burned or while he is tameh. But pigul does not apply to it, because pigul applies only where there is a permitter.